Houston, the launch codes are on their way. Repeat, launch codes on their way.
Guys, Chad here, week number 4 of my Amazon FBA journey. So, as you guys well know, we've got products going from China all the way to the Amazon warehouses across the US, and our 4th product is actually in manufacturing. So we got 3 on their way to the warehouses, and our 4th product is rocking and rolling, people. So, what does that mean? Well, earlier this week, strangely enough, I found myself in quite a bit of a slump. And it was just one of those things, I'm sure you guys know. Once you start doubting yourself about one thing, it's just like you just fall into this pit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it's super easy to start doubting yourself with regards to anything in life. Me in particular, it was just like, I just couldn't shut up these voices that told me, this isn't gonna work, you're gonna lose all your money, you shouldn't have done this, you're too far in now. But guys, the truth of the matter is, if you've done your product research like I have, worst case scenario, you're gonna break even. You know what I mean? If you've put in the time and effort to research, hey, what's the market look like from a revenue standpoint, a competitive standpoint, and even like a seasonal standpoint? You know, is this something that is just hot or just selling right now that's just trending? Or is this something that has a sales history behind it? And so, guys, more than anything, you gotta reflect and you gotta confront those thoughts in your head, because it's all in all, it's gonna affect performance, right? And this situation really reminded me of a Netflix documentary I listened to, or just watched, excuse me. And it was the Tony Robbins documentary. I don't know if you guys are Tony Robbins fans or not, but I really enjoyed the documentary. It's called I Am Not Your Guru, right? And so it's got Tony Robbins, and inside of this documentary, it actually mentions, if you're in your head, you're dead. And that's really something that stuck with me ever since the first time I watched it, right? And I think this is definitely applicable to relationships, business, sports. I mean, guys, you name it, right? If you take the World Cup, for example, if some of those players walk out on that field and they're already nervous, or they're in their head about so-and-so is going to beat me, you know, whether I'm on offense or defense, and they're already doubting themselves before that play even takes place, and they're essentially visualizing their failure, versus the opposite, right? Versus visualizing their success and actually watching themselves make moves around these players and shoot and try and hit certain parts of the goal, excuse me. And so that's something that I realized that I needed to focus on this week. And I'm sure to some of you, it really doesn't sound like much advice, but guys, if you're in your head, you're dead. Okay, that's really what it boils down to. And so if this is something that you're facing, I highly suggest that you just confront it head on, fight fire with fire, and essentially work through these things. And so I'm going to let you guys know how I worked through this week. What I did, and I'm going to show you guys this, I just went back to the numbers, like I said before. So let's jump over here. Let's say that you guys are, your product was like a dog grooming glove. And I'm sure you guys have seen this on other channels. I've seen people bring it up. I do not recommend going into this. This is hypothetical, all right? Pull up your product, whatever the main keyword is. And then guys, if you did your product research right, we're gonna jump in the numbers, and this is going to reiterate, hey, chill out, high revenue, low competition, and we've still got a product that isn't seasonal, right? And so that's what I want you guys to pull up. Whether you've got Jungle Scout Viral Launch, I want you to look at the revenue as well as the reviews column and really size up, hey, are these numbers consistent with what I saw previously? Go ahead and get out of Jungle Scout. Now, Viral Launch, what I love so much about Viral Launch is just this market trends tab, right? So Jungle Scout is great, sizing up the competition, the sales revenue, as is Viral Launch, but I feel like Viral Launch really takes it a step further, right? And this allows us to review and just see from a big picture perspective, hey, is this something that's incredibly seasonal? Or are we seeing fairly consistent product sales across the board, right? And as you guys know, you can definitely go into like Google Trends and check some of this stuff out just to see the search volume associated with some of these hot keywords. But that's one of the reasons why I really like Viral Launch, is just because, again, it takes it a step further. You're able to see just the seasonality associated with particular products and how they sell over a given period of time. So if you guys are interested, I do have an affiliate link for Viral Launch down in the description. But again, guys, this is one of the ways that I get out of my own head and essentially stay focused on the task at hand, which is, guys, building a business, right? Building a business for tomorrow. Last of all, I wanted to encourage you guys, once you do get out of your head and you start to realize, okay, I'm good, the numbers look great, I'm bringing value to the market, right? It's not only, we're not just launching a product that's similar to what's out there. I highly encourage you guys to bring more value, additional value than your competition is currently bringing, right? I don't care if that means that the product looks better. I don't care if it means that you're offering additional functionality and really taking a step in just towards value, no matter what it is, guys. Step towards value. Last of all, once you're out of your head, stay busy, guys. What I had to do after I got out of my head was I came up with a huge list of pre-launch strategies, things, just a huge to-do list, things that needed to get done, okay? And so ever since then, I've just been hammering through stuff, creating a website, creating branded email, creating email responses that abide by Amazon Terms of Service, or just TOS, right? That's what that stands for. Creating social media channels. In addition to that, posting to those social media channels and starting to build those audiences, right? Golly, what are some other things? Ads on Facebook as well as Amazon, and just optimizing the photos, optimizing the verbiage associated with those ads so that they're ready whenever we are going to go ahead and launch. In addition to that, I've also been really focused on keyword optimization within the listing. Of course, that priority number one is the title of the listing. Number two would be the bullets, and then last of all, the product description. And again, people are really starting to say that the product description has little to no, we'll call it just SEO value with regards to keywords. But again, guys, I'm focused on throwing those keywords in there, right? What's it going to hurt? As long as it sounds like it's going to convert, and as long as it sounds like it all makes sense, it's going to be perfectly fine to throw in some of those highly relevant terms into that product description. In addition to that, optimizing the photos that were actually given to us, right? Obviously, we've hired a photographer to go ahead and take some product photos as well as lifestyle photos, but one of the things that you can do with those product photos is you can go back in and you can actually add text to some of the photos outside of the main image, right? So you're highlighting specific features about your product and differentiating your product from your competitors using some of those visual elements, whether it be arrows and text or circles and specific images, maybe zooming in on those particular aspects of your product. Again, just focused on bringing more value to the table and reiterating that through your keywords as well as photos. So guys, all in all, if you would please comment. Well, guys, let me know where you guys are at in your journey. If you guys have any tips for getting out of your head and just staying focused on your business and building it with a very strong foundation. Of course, this is just my way of doing things, but I'd love to know what you guys have done and what's worked for you. So as always, please comment down below, like, subscribe. I appreciate the support, guys. I hope all is well. Keep kicking some ass. We'll catch you guys next week.